So you did it. You got a job offer, you accepted it, you have started, and now you're a month into this new job and you're thinking, my job search is done, I'm happy, I am good to go. And then all of a sudden, you get an email. And that email is from a company that you applied to while you were still in your job hunt, and it's that company that you really, really wanted. It was like your A-level opportunity, and you didn't think it was gonna happen, so you accepted another role, and now they're telling you they're interested in interviewing you. What do you do? Well, in today's video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how you need to handle it if you wanna go ahead and pursue that other company, even though you are a month in or 2 months in to the job that you did accept. Let's go. So why does this happen? Well, this happens all the time, actually. And the reason is companies don't move at the same pace. Some companies move faster, some companies move slower. Their process could be longer, they could take longer to contact you in the beginning. There are a variety of reasons, but basically timelines don't always align. And because of that, on occasion, you will get a job offer, you'll feel like you need to accept it, and then after you accept it, that company that you really, really wanted, like your favorite of all the opportunities you applied to, they might reach out to you. But you've already accepted that job. So what do you do? For a lot of people, they're gonna go, well, no, I've given my word, I'm gonna stay with this company. But if that's not you, and if you're like, you know what, I only get one career, this is my dream job, I wanna pursue it, I'm gonna show you how to right now. But that's why it happens. It happens with timeline. Company A, your second place company, they moved really quickly. But company B, your first place company, the company you really wanted, they took a little bit longer, but now they're interested. This is how you handle it. Now, first things first, you have to be honest. You can't lie here. The approach you can't take is you can't say, oh, I haven't started a new company, I'm still at the other company. You can't do that, and you can't do it for a few reasons. You need to be honest. You don't want to lie about it because one, if you lie about it now, you're gonna have to lie about it forever, right? For every single interview, you're gonna have to lie. You're still gonna have to say you're at ABC company and not XYZ company, even though you've already been there for a month. You'll have to continue lying, and that's going to be hard. You'll have to keep your story straight. You won't have to, you have to make sure you don't mix it up. It is going to be taxing, confusing, and you could slip up. Secondarily, they do a background check. It is going to show that you are not still at ABC company and that you have been at XYZ company. So that's really not an option. So first things first, you need to be honest. But how do you do that without it sounding incredibly awkward and terrible? I'm gonna tell you how to do that right now. Now, you need to explain a handful of things to them when you're talking to them to make sure they feel good about your interest in the role and about you as a candidate. What you don't want them thinking is you're someone who is just willing to jump opportunity. You start a job, you don't want them thinking you're gonna leave their job in 2 months, right? So you need to leave them with a good feeling. The first thing you need to explain to them and make sure they understand is that this is something you would not typically do. So when you're explaining this, you can say, to be honest, when I first got your email, I was very conflicted. I was excited because this was a really interesting opportunity. In fact, it was probably the opportunity I was most interested in of all the jobs that I was pursuing when I was in my job search. But I was conflicted because I've committed to this company and I've started and I've been here for a month, it's going well. And me leaving is not something I would typically do. So that's number one. Now, the second thing you need to explain to them is that you accepted this role because you did not think you would have an opportunity with them. So you can say, I had applied, I hadn't heard from you. This other job I interviewed for, it was a really great offer, and it's a good company. And while I was still very interested, in fact, more interested in your opportunity, I wasn't believing, I was under the mindset that it was gonna happen, right? You wanna say to them, I hadn't heard from you, so I just kind of assumed that I wasn't gonna get an opportunity to interview with you. This opportunity was a really good opportunity, so I pursued it in part because I just didn't think I would have the opportunity to pursue your role. Now, the next thing that you have to explain to them is that you don't feel great about the fact that you're gonna pursue their opportunity, and you normally wouldn't, but the reason you are doing it is because this role is like your ideal role. You think you are a great fit, and you feel the company is a company that you really admire that is worth pursuing. So normally I would not be willing to entertain this, but for this specific situation, which is very unique, I feel like I owe it to myself to move forward, right? That's the message you need to convey. You need to say, again, so I've been thinking a lot about this over the last day or so, and I feel really conflicted, and it's not something I would typically do. However, I view your role as kind of like almost like a dream job for me. I think for this stage in my career, This is a perfect role. It's exactly what I've wanted to be doing, and I really admire your company. So I feel super conflicted about making this decision and pursuing it. I feel like I owe it to myself to pursue an opportunity that is in such strong alignment to me and into my career right now. That's what you want to convey, that this is an exception to the rule. Normally you'd say, no thanks, I've started a job, I'm not interested in moving, but for your role, gosh, I just feel like I can't not pursue it. Now, lastly, the last thing you need to convey to them, the last thing you need to say is that you're serious, that you're not wasting your time, that yes, you've accepted this job, and yes, you feel weird about it, and yes, you're going to interview, but just so you know, if we pursue this and we go down this road and you make me a fair offer, I'm absolutely a serious contender to accept this role. So the way you might want to say that is, so I am interested in pursuing this. And, I want you to know that, again, while I feel a bit conflicted, I'm incredibly interested in your opportunity. So I can see myself moving forward and potentially accepting an offer, if we end up, interviewing and it goes well, something to that effect. Those are the things you need to convey to them. 1, that you would not normally do this. 2, you accepted the role not thinking you'd get an opportunity with this role. 3, you don't feel exceptional about it, right? Like you don't feel great about it, but you feel like for this specific opportunity, you feel compelled to pursue it because it's such strong alignment to you and what you'd like to be doing, your skills, your beliefs, etc. And lastly, I am still very serious about your opportunity. If this ends up working out and we end up liking each other, I am absolutely willing to accept a fair and commensurate offer with your organization. So you're gonna get that job probably, right? You're gonna interview, you're gonna crush it, you're gonna nail it, you are going to get that job. Here's what you need to do next. Watch this video. This video right here is gonna tell you how to nail the first 90 days of a new job. That first 90 days is critical, and you absolutely wanna go in there with a plan. I made this plan for you. Check it out.